Thank you guys for coming out on a Monday to hear us tell some scary stories. This is only our second live podcast, so we're kind of nervous, so
be nice to us.
There might be some fumbles. You can laugh if you want, just don't let me see.
So I've got something to tell you. We are a true crime and paranormal podcast. I cover the true crime and Tayler covers the stuff I don't like.
The paranormal or anything scary, aliens, all of it. I love it all.
So we do like to always just have a disclaimer that it is true crime. There is going to be murder and it is paranormal. So you might go home with some nightmares. But yeah, we hope you enjoy it. Oh, and there are lots of giggles. Just embrace them. They're going to happen. And they happen in many different forms, whether because we think we're very funny, we're nervous, or just out of natural best friend. Example A.
Yeah.
So yeah, Taylor's up first today.
I am. And so I picked a story that takes place at a bar. I felt like it was fitting because we're at a bar. And it is the story of Bobby Mackey's music world. Okay, everyone, I have something to tell you. So, long before the neon lights and country music, the land along Licking Pike in Wilder, Kentucky was just a quiet patch of farmland at the edge of the river. A place where river fog rolled thick and low over the valley. In the mid-1800s, that quiet ended when a slaughterhouse was built on the site. It operated for decades, serving the meatpacking needs of northern Kentucky and Cincinnati across the river. The building was practical and grim, drains in the floor, hooks on the rafters, and a deep well-like pit in the basement where the blood and waste were all washed away into the river.
Sick. It's very like Ring.
Very much. So by the early 20th century, Wilder was growing and the old slaughterhouse became something new. A roadhouse and tavern for travelers between Kentucky and Cincinnati. During Prohibition, when whiskey was illegal, it's said that the basement became a speakeasy, hidden from police raids, bottles, poker games, and backroom deals all beneath the same floor that once ran red with blood. So I feel like kind of fitting.
We'd go there.
We probably would go there. Yeah. After the Prohibition years, the building reinvented itself again. In the 1930s through the 1950s, it operated under names like the Primrose, then the Latin Quarter, and eventually the Hard Rock Cafe, which no relation to the current day one. It was standalone.
They didn't have like...
It sounded cool.
Yeah, they didn't have like Alice Cooper on the like,
No, they didn't. No, okay. These were filled with smoky dance halls, with big bands, gamblers, and gangsters. The place was wild, dangerous, and sometimes violent. Bar fights broke out, bullets occasionally flew, and the police came by so often it gave it that reputation. By the 1970s, the club closed after one too many incidents. They didn't say what incidents, but use your imagination with everything I just told you. The building was abandoned, its floors warped, and its walls echoing with emptiness. So, fast forward to 1978, along came a young country singer named Bobby Mackey. He'd been playing honky-tonks across the Midwest, and when he saw the old building for sale, he saw potential.
I love the name honky-tonk.
I do too. It's really fun to say.
I'm proud of you for keeping a straight face, I'll say.
I had to read it over and over. So the pit didn't bother him. He was like, I love it.
Love that for him.
So he bought the property, fixed it up, opened the doors as Bobby Mackey's music world. A good old-fashioned country bar where people could come to dance, drink, and forget their troubles. He filled the place with life again, live bands, laughter, and the smell of beer instead of blood.
Which one's worse?
I don't know. In 1979, he even installed one of the very first mechanical bowls ever made, and that obviously quickly became a local favorite. But it wasn't long before Bobby started hearing strange things from his staff. Voices when no one was there, cold drafts coming from nowhere, and objects moving on their own. Some employees even refused to go to the basement alone. So Bobby was not a believer in the paranormal. He brushed it off at first. He was a devout Christian. He was just not about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Until his wife Janet had her own encounter. He changed his mind a little bit.
Atta girl, Janet.
Yep. So the basement of Bobby Mackey's has always been the center of the stories, damp, low, and filled with pipes. It still has the remains of that old well or drainage pit from the slaughterhouse days. And some call it the well to hell.
Love that.
So back to Bobby's wife, Janet. So she claimed that one night she was physically shoved down the stairs by an unseen force when she entered the basement while pregnant. Rude.
Oh my God.
I know. And according to legend, in the 1940s, long before Bobby ever owned the place, a young dancer by the name of Johanna performed there when the club was known as the Latin Quarter. She fell in love with a performer, got pregnant, and planned to run away with him. But when her father, who managed the club, found out, he reportedly killed the man in a jealous rage.
A jealous rage.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know why.
weird to do.
Yeah, it's
over
a
your
little
daughter.
weird. I didn't think about that until I said it out loud. So, Johanna was obviously heartbroken. She left a note in her dressing room, and then she took her own life in the basement near the well, supposedly throwing herself down the stairs. It must have been steep stairs because, yeah,
Yeah, like how many steps are we talking?
I don't know, but I feel like you'd have to be really confident. Anyway, so many guests say they've seen her, a woman smelling of rose-scented perfume, often near the stage or the basement stairs. Sometimes she's crying, sometimes she's humming. So it's possible she shoved Janet. But there's also another well-known spirit sent to roam Bobby Mackey's, and her name is Pearl Bryan. And have you heard this story?
No.
Okay. So in 1896, just a few miles from Wilder, Pearl Bryan was found murdered, decapitated,
Oh no.
in a field near Fort Thomas. The case made national headlines. 2 men were tried and executed for her killing. They never revealed where they'd hidden her head. So over the years, obviously, people were like, it's in the pit.
Yeah. They're like, we give you 2 guesses.
The pit
Or not
or
the
else.
pit.
So, like Johanna, visitors claim to smell a floral scent. And they report seeing a woman crying near the pit. So is it Pearl or Johanna? We don't know.
Both are sad.
Yeah. Either way, someone shoved Janet's belief system that night, and she's a believer now. After being open for about a decade in the late 1980s, they hired a night caretaker. Carl was the night caretaker of Bobby Mackey's. Poor Carl.
Yeah.
A quiet, devoutly religious man in his 20s who took his job very seriously. He'd stay after hours to clean, do maintenance, and lock up after everyone left. The rest of the staff said Carl had nerves of steel until the basement started to change him.
Oh no.
Carl began reporting that lights flickered on and off. Even after he'd cut the power, he'd hear music when the stage was empty, doors slamming when no one else was in the building. But the real terror was in the basement near the old slaughterhouse well, of course, the well to hell. He told coworkers that when he went down there, he could feel a presence, something heavy and oppressive, watching him. Sometimes he said it would whisper his name. Other times it would scratch at the walls or tug on his clothes.
Yuck.
Mm-mm. Carl's personality started to shift. Coworkers said he looked pale, exhausted, like he wasn't sleeping. He started having violent outbursts, claiming voices told him to get out or to die.
Just get out, don't.
Just
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
At first, Bobby Mackey didn't believe him. He thought Carl was stressed or letting ghost stories get to his head. But soon, other employees started refusing to work alone in the building at night.
They have like a staff meeting where he's like, listen, I need you guys to stop telling Carl ghost stories. Like, it's really starting
It's
to
just a
hurt.
Carl intervention.
Yeah.
So the tension grew so intense that they had to bring a local psychic medium in.
Mhm.
The psychic claimed the basement was a gateway between realms and that multiple entities were present. One of them, a violent male spirit who hated men and wanted to hurt anyone who entered his domain. Which I don't know about that because he pushed Janet.
Yeah.
Either way, an angry spirit. During one session, Carl reportedly went into a trance. Witnesses said that his voice changed deeper and colder, and he began speaking through a voice as if he was possessed. And he said, "You can't take this place, it's ours."
I
And
need the demons to stop speaking.
not the possessions. The psychic insisted Carl needed help. Not from her, though. She made it clear, not her, the church. So she's like, I'm not messing with that.
Yeah.
In 1991, according to multiple accounts, a Catholic priest was called to perform an exorcism at Bobby Mackey's Music World. Witnesses claim the ritual took place inside the building, possibly in the basement, and that the priest recited the Roman rite of exorcism to cleanse the space and release Carl from the spiritual attachment. Some say Carl convulsed and screamed during the ritual, and his body was contorting around. Others say the building shook and cold winds rushed through. Afterward, Carl allegedly told people he felt lighter, but he said they're not gone, they're just waiting.
Okay, so I learned this from when you told the Exorcist story. Was it Michael who came?
Archangel Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really?
Yeah. You got it right. Good job.
I pay attention.
Yeah, so they need to call him.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't just start with that.
I know, after the Exorcist story, they should all start with that.
Do their research.
Come on, man.
Listen to the podcast.
Listen to our podcast. It's all the 1990s. Carl Lawson continued to work at the bar for several years. Paranormal groups who visited said Carl would guide them on tours, warning them about the basement and the spirits that still live down there. He appeared on paranormal documentaries in the 1990s and the early 2000s, describing his experiences in vivid detail. He claimed he was attacked, scratched, and even pinned down by invisible forces. And Carl passed away years later, not related to any of that. But until his death, he maintained that the entities at Bobby Mackey's were real and that the exorcism hadn't fully driven them out. So, in the basement today, there have been tons of reports of paranormal activity. One of the workers is quoted saying, "This room is very active. I've had rocks thrown in here. People get scratched. I've even heard growling."
No.
And there's even a sign on the entrance of the building that reads, "This establishment is purported to be haunted. Management is not responsible and cannot be held liable for any actions of any ghosts or spirits on the premises."
And Tayler just runs through the door.
And even Bobby himself, he was a devout Christian, like I said. He said, "I don't believe in ghosts, but they sure believe in me." And as of today, Bobby Mackey's was demolished, unfortunately. I didn't know that till I was researching. I was like, oh, we can never go.
Ooh, one place we don't have to go.
He wants to rebuild it, but I feel like it won't be the same. The ghosts are probably like, I'm out of here.
Okay, so then I'll go. If they rebuild it, I'll go to that one.
Okay.
You're like, Bobby Mackey's Part 2.
And that was the story of Bobby Mackey.
I love that.
I'm glad you did.
Okay, hopefully everybody got a refill on their refreshments or some pizza. Norman always looks out for me and just warned me I absolutely do not want to go to Bobby Mackey's.
Yeah.
He said, you don't know what you're signing up for.
No. You don't want to go to that portal.
Thanks, Norman. Okay, Tayler and everybody, I've got something to tell you. And this story has a few things that we personally love. Obviously, super fun murder plots and really dumb men.
Love it.
So today I am going to tell you about Michael Malloy, also known as Iron Mike, Mike the Durable, the Rasputin of the Bronx, or more simply, the man who would not die.
He already sounds dumb.
No, we can't make fun of him.
Oh, not him?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Take that out, Norman.
Protect him at all costs. So Michael Malloy was born in 1873 in County Donegal, Ireland. And we don't know how, but eventually he ends up in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah. He has no family, no wife, no kids. He's just a lone bachelor. And he arrives in the worst possible time. It's 1932, the Great Depression. Jobs are basically non-existent, yet our guy, Malloy, lands a job as a firefighter. Briefly.
Everything's just like working out for him?
No. No. It's gonna get real bad real fast. But after he gets fired as the firefighter, he quickly drifts into odd jobs, which include, but are not limited to, street cleaner, pavement layer, and coffin polisher. I can tell you which one I would be going after. But it's true, full-time calling. The thing you can almost say he was a professional at was drinking. So just like you, I tried to pick something that happened at a bar. But it is important to note that this is also Prohibition era, which just makes Malloy's dedication that much more impressive. The law is like, don't drink, and Mike said, fuck you, I'm Irish. So he also has a favorite place, a tiny, dusty speakeasy run by our next player in the story, Tony Marino.
Okay.
So Tony owns an empty storefront. The windows are boarded with dusty crates, and in the back room, there's a sofa, a few tables, and a bar with a dwindling stash of bootleg booze. Business for Tony is rough. It's kind of enough to keep him fed, but he's got regulars like Malloy. But the cops keep busting places left and right, so people are more and more hesitant to risk going to these like illegal bars.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth the risk to them. Ultimately, Tony's losing money and is getting desperate, and desperation breeds innovation as well as terrible criminal decisions. Enter Mabel Carlson. Mabel is a young, pretty, but down on her luck girl. One night she stumbles into Marino's and basically collapses in tears. She has bruises on her body, she's cold, asking can she just stay in the bar for a while because her boyfriend kicked her out, and she has nowhere to go. Marino plays the classic good guy move and tells her that she can stay with him, says, I'll look after you, and she's super grateful, accepts the offer. Over a few days, they become friends, and she really starts to trust him. He's doing what he said he'd do, and he's taking care of her, showing her compassion, something that she is not used to. So he has her trust now, and he totally abuses it.
Oh, no.
He convinces her to sign up for a $2,000 life insurance policy with him listed as the sole beneficiary.
$2,000?
In that time, that's a lot of money.
That's like, you better kill me for a lot more. I'll be offended.
Well, after, are we going to go sign up for like best friend life insurance policies?
Are you going to kill me?
No, but I love that you're suspicious because that's what Tony's going to do. Yes. No, we won't. I promise I won't kill you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. But I feel like our friendship really needs to be like written down. We need legal documents. So one night, especially cold in New York, Mabel isn't feeling great. She's been sick and not feeling herself. She's weak and feverish. And that's when Marino strikes. He forces liquor down her throat until she's unconscious, then strips off her clothes and pours buckets of freezing water over her. Then he pours water all over her bed, lays her in it, and opens the windows to the freezing night air. The next morning, she is found dead of pneumonia, and Tony Marino is $2,000 richer. So this becomes Marino's get-rich-quick scheme. It's horrible, it's monstrous, but it works. But cut to a few months later, business still is not picking up for the speakeasy, and that $2,000 is running low. I cannot imagine how he spent it.
Booze,
just dumb shit. This guy's not really like a criminal mastermind. So late one night, Marino is sitting around at the bar with a few of his buddies. He's got Joseph Murphy, a bartender who works for Marino, Francis Pasqua, a local undertaker and regular at the bar, and Daniel Kreisberg, who's a grocer who is well known for debt that he owed to pretty much everybody. So they're all sitting around complaining over a bottle of whiskey And Marino starts venting about how rough things have gotten. Rent's overdue, business is dead, and he needs money fast. The others nod. They're in the same boat. They have the same struggles, money and bills. And that's when Pasqua, the ever helpful undertaker, goes, "Hey, Tony, didn't you pull off that insurance thing once before?" Tony's like, "Sure did." And then one of them looks over, points to the ground, and goes, "Well, what if we did it to this guy?" Because there, sprawled out on the floor, is good old Michael Malloy, our Irish friend, passed out cold in Marino's speakeasy. He's been drinking there every day for months. He's broke, unhomed, no family, yet somehow still shows up every single day to the bar. The men look at each other and they see the same thing, dollar signs. So Malloy becomes their target, but before they can fully plan, they need a name for their little gang. After exactly 0 minutes of thought, they come up with the Murder Trust.
That's their name?
That's their name. First things first. Then they take pictures. They got like a whole like album cover thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Swag is first, plan is second. It is super subtle, but it checks the box. So their plan, basically in one sentence, is do the Marino thing, take out life insurance on Malloy, make his death look accidental, and collect the money. Easy peasy, except for two things. Insurance wants paperwork, and Malloy has none. So he has no job history that's actually on paper. He's like, "I was a firefighter one time." They're like, sure. He has no fixed address, no family who can verify anything. And that's when Pasqua, again, the undertaker, who actually knows about the insurance game, he handles the logistics. He arranges the forms, shepherds the claims, and uses his professional contacts to smooth over the gaps. Basically, he's paying people not to ask too many questions. His part is just boring paperwork, but he is efficient and therefore gets the job done. They also invent a new identity for Malloy, Frank Mallory. It's a slightly more respectable. They're like, just add an R and
just
basically
different enough.
Yeah. Less suspicious. So they put that on the policy. They give him a fake address, a fake job, and everything the insurance companies need in order to cut the check. But who is casted for the next of kin for Frank Mallory? That would be Joseph Murphy, the bartender. Because even back then, all New York bartenders were out-of-work actors. Murphy practices his "I'm his brother" face in the mirror, learns how to choke up on demand, and takes his overacting to the insurance companies to get the paperwork finally all out of the way. They managed to get 3 policies, and each one has double indemnity, which is this part is where they're getting greedy, because double indemnity means that accidental death doubles the payout. So they're looking at $3,500, which I actually looked this up, about $54,000 in today's money.
Oh, dang.
Is that more of like up to your standards?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But now they're obsessed with the one requirement. Whatever they do, it has to look like an accident, nothing that would obviously scream murder.
Okay.
And
I'm interested to see what they come up with.
I know, I knew you would. So the mission is clear: kill Malloy, but don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. But of course, these guys have to get dumber before they get dangerous. So they add 2 new goons to the squad. This is your favorite thing. They bring in this guy, Tony Fastone, who calls himself Tough Tony.
Love it already.
Self-appointed nickname. They wanted muscle, and he was known in the neighborhood for being like a reinforcement for people. So Tough Tony brings along his sidekick, Joe Maglione, who goes by Tin Ear because he has a fake ear, but it's made of wax.
So not wax ear?
I said earwax.
Missed opportunity.
I know. I was like, to each their own. So at this point, the Murder Trust is not really like a secret plot. It's like a full-on like group project.
They're splitting that money a lot of different ways now.
Yeah. So one night in 1932, they put the plan into motion. The now expanded Murder Trust assembles at Marino's bar to kill Malloy. Malloy walks in just like, what's up, guys? It's weird that you're all here at once. But Marino says, hey, Mike, business is thin. I'm losing customers. You're one of my favorites. So drink all you want tonight. It's on the house. I just want to keep you happy, Mike. So the idea is that if they remove the fact that Mike has to pay for drinks, that he'll just drink himself to death, given his history.
Okay, it's a big assumption. He'll just drink until he dies.
I mean, he was there every single night.
Okay.
Yeah. So Malloy is thrilled. He's not, obviously doesn't know that this is to kill him. And he's like, let's fucking go. So Murphy starts pouring Malloy drinks. At first it's casual, a glass here, a top up there. But Malloy is acting like he's on a mission. He is downing drinks one after another. The men sit, watch, waiting for him to buckle. They wait. And they wait. Murphy's arm starts to hurt from all of the repetitive pouring. Marino's face goes from smug to pale to legitimately terrified as he's watching all of his inventory disappearing in front of him.
He's Irish, man.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Trying to poison an Irishman with alcohol? Good fucking luck. So at some point, Malloy wipes his mouth, tips his hat. He's paying respect to his hosts. He says, what a nice night, fellas. See you tomorrow. Leaves, does a little heel click as he walks out the door, alive and fully functional.
What a great night.
He's the best night of my life. Thanks, friends. So the room is absolutely stunned at what they have just witnessed. They've never seen anything like it. They expected a dramatic collapse, even a shudder, something. Instead, they got, thanks. See you later.
And no inventory.
So after that first night, Malloy keeps showing up every night like clockwork. Same seat, same grin, same request. The usual, I got an open tab. Marino said I'm cool. So a few nights and they realize, okay, this is not working. Malloy's not dying. He's thriving. And if anything, we're the ones getting killed financially. So they decide they need to escalate fast. Now, during Prohibition, real alcohol was hard to come by. So people started drinking wood alcohol, also known as methanol, which was cheaper and easy to get, but also it's basically pure poison. Mm-hmm. So at just 4%, wood alcohol could make you go blind. People were literally dying from this stuff all over the city, but it was so cheap that bootleggers kept using it anyway. And that's when the murder trust decides, yeah, let's give him that. Let's give him that. They've also seen what this guy can handle, so they're like, 4% is not going to be enough.
Not going to take him out.
We're going to go full 100%. They are going to serve this man straight up poison. And they're like, finally, we're going to get our money. So Marino lines up the bottles, Murphy's behind the bar, and the whole murder trust is just waiting for Malloy to show up. Also, real quick, Daniel Kreisberg, the grocer that I mentioned before, I read that he was like super excited about this. He was just like, I just can't wait to see what 100% alcohol does to somebody.
It's like a show for them.
And he was just like, give it to him. Okay, so Malloy stumbles in, same as always, cheerful and ready for his nightly marathon. Marino slides the glass over. He has replaced Malloy's whiskey with the poison. Malloy raises it up. He's like, I don't know why you guys are all staring at me, but he raises it up. He takes a sip and downs the whole thing. The crew watches in shock as Malloy takes down several shots of straight up wood alcohol.
It's like, the stuff is good.
He wipes his mouth, looks around, and says, that's some good stuff.
Where can I buy it?
And then he asks for more. At this point, the murder trust is legit wondering if Malloy is some sort of Irish god. He comes back night after night, sits at the bar getting served wood alcohol as fast as Murphy could pour them. Finally, one night, after multiple servings of poison, Malloy falls to the floor. The gang circles around him silently. Marino kneels down to feel Malloy's labored breathing and slowing pulse. He lets out a slow, raspy breath and begins to snore. He woke up a few hours later asking for his usual. The murder trust is now deeply confused and frustrated. They have poisoned this man with literal death juice, and he's sitting there like, can I have another? So they need a new plan. This is when Tough Tony speaks up, suggesting that they should just shoot him in the head. And they're like, no, Tony, murder trust has one rule, and it's got to be that we like make it look fake or that it was an accident because we want all of the money. So
yeah, at this point they need it. They spent more money on him.
So they go back to the drawing board. Wood alcohol didn't work, so cool, let's get creative. One of them remembers that Malloy has a taste for seafood, so they decide they are going to get some oysters, let them sit out for a few days soaking in wood alcohol, and serve them to him while he's drinking.
They're stuck on that wood alcohol.
It's clearly not doing anything. But Kreisberg's like, just give him more. I really just want to see what's happening.
I just want to see what happens.
Yeah. So Malloy shows up to a surprise complimentary dinner, and he's thrilled, gobbles up the oysters, and compliments the flavor. This should have destroyed his stomach, but he's like, if I would have gotten like a second round. So they up the ante. Malloy also really loved the sardine sandwiches that Marino served at his bar. So they make some of the sandwiches laced with carpet tacks, wood shavings from the bar floor, and metal filings. They serve them to Malloy. They wait for the metal and the wood to start cutting up Malloy's organs from the inside. Malloy eats 3 of the sandwiches and goes on his merry way. Now, I imagine we all had that one weird kid at lunch where you're just like, what will he eat today? Like, what can he eat? So they're probably uber distracted, just like, what?
It's just a big experiment at this point.
And they're like, oh, right. But we gotta, like,
and he's probably like, why are they being so nice to me?
He's like, you guys
sandwiches, alcohol.
You guys are my best friends. Okay, so at this point, the plan to kill Malloy is getting expensive. The open tab, purchasing of the copious amounts of wood alcohol. Can't imagine the oysters are cheap, and on top of that, they are responsible for paying the insurance premiums on the policies they have taken out on Malloy.
I forgot about those.
Yep. So they're paying out of pocket at this point.
How embarrassing.
It's now February, and they are back to the drawing board again. So killing Malloy just has turned into this battle of wills that they're not willing to lose.
They're too far in.
Yeah, Tough Tony once again suggests a shot to the head. They're like, Tony!
Stop suggesting that, Tony.
Let it go. But Mike. My brother slipped in a soccer reference there. Marino is like, why don't we just do what worked for me before and freeze him to death? These fucking morons, man. They're like, well, we're going to try all these different things before we do the thing that worked in the first place. Okay, so they wait until Malloy passes out. They put him in a car and they take him to a nearby park. They take his shirt off, cover him in water, and leave him outside in a snowbank. They wait, watching until his breath finally stops. The next morning comes. Marino gets to the bar and in the basement finds a half-frozen Malloy asleep on the floor. Malloy had walked the half mile back to the bar, and when he wakes up, he says, cold night. Mind if I have a drink to warm up?
He's indestructible.
End of the month is coming up, and another insurance payment is due soon. They finally think Tough Tony is onto something with violence, but they are not willing to shoot Malloy in the head. Honestly, they probably lost money at this point, and there are so many people involved. It's no longer about the money. It's personal. They just really want to see if this guy can actually die. Again, they cannot bring themselves to shoot him. Marino suggests they run him over with a car instead. So they're like, let's try it. It would be believable that he would stumble out in the street. So Tin Earwax, remember him? Okay.
Yeah.
He finally does something in this whole plot, and he finds a cab driver who is willing to run Malloy over for a small piece of the payout.
Another payout?
Yeah, exactly.
They're running out of money.
Exactly what you need in your murder plot is more people. So they get Malloy drunk, stuff him into the back of a cab, and find an alley where there are no witnesses. 2 of the murder trust members hold each of Malloy's arms up like crucifixion style, so like out. They give the cab driver the thumbs up. The cab revs its engine and takes off towards Malloy. As it's about to strike, the 2 guys holding Malloy jump out of the way, and Malloy follows. He dodges the cab, not once, but twice.
Oh my God.
So, like, they're holding him up, and just every time they move, he's like, where are you guys going?
Wait for me.
Finally, the 3rd time, the guys are like, stay there. And the cab strikes Malloy at the speed of 50 miles per hour. They hear a loud thud of the body hitting the hood, and then a softer one of Malloy's body hitting the pavement. For good measure, the cab driver backs up over Malloy's body just to make sure the job is done.
Dang.
So they all take off, and the next day, Murphy, the guy who had been casted to be Malloy/Frank Mallory's next of kin/brother, starts calling hospitals and funeral homes, asking if anyone had come in that would match his brother's description. He's like, I miss him so much. But nothing. 5 days go by, and there are no reports in the newspaper. The guys, like, can't find anything. At this point, Pasqua is pissed off and annoyed. He is already starting to look for another victim to be Frank Mallory because he wants his freaking money. So after 5 days, the bar doors open and in walks Malloy. And he's like, you guys wouldn't believe this. He said he woke up in the hospital and all he remembered from the night before was drinking with his friends, and he wanted to come back because he was sure they were worried about him.
Oh my God, that's really sad.
And I'm okay, guys. They're like, God damn it. So the murder trust is like, okay, enough. And this is when they just get mean. Nothing clever, just mean. After months of humiliating failure, they drag a drunk Malloy up to Marino's room, lay him out, and take a tube from the stove, put it in his mouth, and fill his body with carbon monoxide. Within an hour, Mike Malloy is officially gone. The crew calls a doctor who signs the death certificate, citing the official cause as low-barb pneumonia. They bury him fast to get rid of the evidence and finally collect their money. Here's the thing, though, is that most people who murder somebody try to be quiet about it. Mm-hmm. These guys will not shut the fuck up. One of them, a loose-lipped recruit, the kind of idiot who calls himself tin-ear when he doesn't even have a tin-ear, starts telling everyone about this wild story at every bar he stumbles into. He's like, we tried poison, we froze him, we ran him over. It was nuts, dude. But he's not the only one. Others are bragging too, so word gets out and starts getting around till somebody finally tips up the cops. Mm-hmm. And what these idiots don't realize also is that carbon monoxide doesn't vanish. It lingers in the body. It shows up in labs. It's the kind of thing that, like, let's say a coroner who would test a body would be able to identify real fast. So the cops have been tipped off and begin to investigate. They're digging into the policies on Frank Mallory. It takes them 0 seconds to immediately go to Marino's bar and all the guys there. They immediately exhume the body. They find carbon monoxide where pneumonia should be. And they're like, hey, fellas, we're going to need you to come with us. In the end, Tony Marino, Francis, Frank Pasqua, Daniel Kreisberg, Joseph Murphy, Tin-Ear, and Tough Tony were all arrested for the death of who you could only describe as probably America's first Avenger, Iron Mike Malloy.
Dang, that is crazy.
Newspapers immediately pick up the story, and here are some of the headlines. Man who would not die. Bizarre deaths linked to Bronx speakeasy. Multiple life policies spark probe. Undertaker under suspicion. Iron Mike. Miracle or misfortune. City wonders how one man survived so much.
I like Iron Mike.
But yeah, that is the true story of Mike Malloy, the man who would not die.
Well, that was crazy. So they're even in more debt now.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably dead now. But
Oh, yeah.
well, that wraps up our stories.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Did you guys like it?
Love it.
Yay, thank you. Oh, also, shout out to Norman.
Yes. We would not be able to do this without Norman.
Our
Big round of
sound
applause for
guy.
Norman.
He does the sound, the editing, everything. So, and also my sister, Kara, she drew our logo. It's so cute.
She's the artiste. But thank you guys so much for coming out. We really do appreciate the support. And we have more live shows coming up. So if you liked it, please make sure to follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at IGSTTYpod.
Mm-hmm.
You can also email us if you have a story at IGSTTYstories@gmail.com, unless anybody has one they want to tell right now. We love parents.
Anyone want to get up here and tell a scary story? No?
That's okay.
Okay.
Then just email them.
You
to
can
us.
email them, yeah. But yeah, we'll have some more live shows at Jared's.
Yep.
So just keep a lookout. And thank you guys for
Thanks, everybody.
coming.